Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR Today for Tuesday morning, July 19th, 2022. The man they call Meathead and the rock and roller herself, Linda K. The lovely Linda K. Good morning, Linda.
I'm back.
And better than ever. Let me say, do you have a knack for doing 5 days in a row with just music after music after music after music after music?
I suppose I do. I can't believe my voice is still intact. It's a little hoarse, but yeah, I spent 4 nights up north in Cadott, Wisconsin, camping at Rockfest, and survived quite the storm that came through late one night. Let me tell you, got a video.
Wait, thunderstorm? You mean Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm?
No.
Hailstorm with Lizzie Hale?
Hailstorm was there, but it was a different night. It was a storm that went through all of Wisconsin from what I've heard, but let's just say I felt like the tent was going to fly off. Good thing it didn't. But good times as always, and then made my way back to Milwaukee Sunday night for the stadium tour, which Meathead, I know you're a big 80s rock and roller as well.
I am.
Joan Jett, Poison, Def Leppard, and Motley Crue. Oh, so good. So here I am, back in the game, and thanks to the gentleman Squire for filling in for me yesterday, and now I'm back. Happy to talk with you, Meathead.
Hey, well, I'm happy to sing to you because, I gave Matthew a little bit of Elvis yesterday morning.
Yes, you did. I heard.
Ain't wolf on mine. Yeah. Did they do any Elvis? Because, Motley Crue covered a bunch of Elvis songs before.
No, they did not. But the only covered, it was funny because they were saying, it was Nikki Sixx talking about how when they started out, they didn't have as many songs, so they did some covers. So they went right into Smoking in the Boys' Room. So that was cool. Okay. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they did Jailhouse Rock. It's on Theater of Pain. I think it's the last song on that CD. And then Smoking in the Boys' Room, obviously a cover on that CD as well. They've done a bunch of covers. So, no, that, Motley Crue doing Jailhouse Rock. And then was it Livewire or was it on Shout at the Devil? They did Helter Skelter. Probably a better version, honestly, than the Beatles.
They did do Helter Skelter yesterday, too. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we could talk music all day and we could talk clothing all day. But this morning, you're going to talk about the clothing that takes care of us.
Absolutely. I'm always sporting my collar and elbow gear. Speaking of collar and elbow, you know whose birthday was yesterday? Yeah.
Uncle Al, 23, right?
Yeah, 23 years old. And, a big part of getting collar and elbow up and running and still going. So if you want to be sporting your collar and elbow, just like Uncle Al did on his birthday as well, I saw some posts. Make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com, and you can always use promo code LindaK. That's LINDAKAY to save a little extra cash, saving you 10% off your order. Collarandelbowbrand.com.
Happy birthday going out to Uncle Al. Who knows how old he is anymore? It doesn't matter. He looks like he's 23 years old, so he's living the dream.
Living his best life. I like
living his best life.
I'm living my best life too, Meathead.
Yeah, and you were killing it for us. Again, a little shout out to you yesterday too. I know we talked about it, but that little drop at the end about the Wild Side and Unskinny Bop and you loving rock and roll and rocking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. You already heard the news that Ric Flair is coming to I think it's the Economowalk area, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
For the minor league baseball game, they're going to bring him in for a meet and greet. But we do have information, Linda, and I know that you said you hadn't confirmed if you're going to it yet, but you're going to be in town for Ric Flair's final match. And that entire card had already been talked about here on the program, but now the main event, Ric Flair's got opponents, and it's not a one-on-one match anymore. It is now a tag team. There was rumors that Ric Flair was going to team up with FTR to take on the Rock and Roll Express and a mystery opponent in a 6-man tag. It is now a tag team match. The Nature Boy is going to team up with his brand new son-in-law, Andrade El Idolo, to take on Ric Flair's former TNA rival, Jay Lethal, and the special guest referee from SummerSlam the night previous, J.E. Double F. JARRET.
I
Jay
thought
Lethal
that,
and Jeff Jarrett taking on Ric Flair and Andrade El Idolo.
yeah, I thought that if you're in a WWE contract, I mean, I don't know the limitations, but obviously forbidden doors, forbidden walls, if you will, have been broken down as of late. So it's just interesting. That's great, though.
It's funny that they're doing that. He's appearing in two separate promotions back-to-back nights.
I know, that's insane. I mean, I know it is Nashville, but still, that is tremendous to hear. But just the match overall, Jay Lethal, why? No, this is awesome. I meant that in a fun way, just because we did see Jay Lethal helping train the Nature
Well, that's over now because after the announcement, Jay Lethal beat down Ric Flair and left him a bloody mess.
Yeah. But hey, I think that's great. I think fans will find that very entertaining and enticing, if you will. But also, as we know, Jay working with Rick, getting this comeback coming on and going strong. So that should help Ric Flair in the ring as well. And overall, a better performance as a whole. But that's great hearing his son-in-law. I think this would be for the first time since the wedding or something like that. That'll be, or maybe ever. I have no idea. Tagged or in a tag team match. So maybe they can become the first ever father and son-in-law tag team champions of a different promotion, not just WWE, but
Wow. Yeah, that's that could be a thing. And Ric Flair and Jay Lethal have that huge history besides what we just talked about. Remember, probably the greatest promo I've ever seen Jay Lethal cut, and one of the funniest things I've ever seen in TNA was a woo-off. Yeah, the woo-off between Ric Flair and Jay Lethal. Did I just hear you say, oldest ride, longest line? Oh, yeah, that was good stuff. Oh, man, I could go back and watch that right now. Folks, after you're done listening to PWR Today, make sure you go back and listen to that promo as well. So, the big match happening the day after SummerSlam in Nashville. Hey, he just had a WWE/A&E biography air on Sunday night. Bill Goldberg says he is still under contract and he's waiting for the call to happen. He says he would take another match if they called. Goldberg looking jacked, and Goldberg getting up towards, 60. Remember, Goldberg started late, and you'll learn this when you watch the biography. He started like when he was 30, maybe, because remember, he played, a couple of years in the NFL as well, and then was out doing something else. So he started kind of late. Bill Goldberg looks amazing, very intense. I think he's finally come around to the point, you'll see this also in the biography, that he loves wrestling, and wrestling is finally ready to love him again. The last match we saw with Goldberg, I thought he had a great match with Bobby Lashley in that Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah. Wait, do we not get one more match after that? Because we were saying we don't know if it could have lived up to that.
I don't remember. I might be wrong, and you might be right on that.
But
he had injured his shoulder prior to his match against Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber back in February. So yeah, that might have been it right there. Because I thought he had that title match with Roman Reigns right before WrestleMania. So yeah, you might be right there.
Yeah, but I think, especially after seeing this and just seeing his love, his passion for wrestling, and him saying it's ready for him as well on the flip side, but also just seeing what shape he's in, and just these biographies just definitely just let you see another side of everyone. And I know we talked about this last week, that if it's focused on someone where we've seen so much of them, and what else can we learn about, like last week we were talking about The Undertaker, there is more to learn, just like there's more to learn about Bill Goldberg. And I too become more of a fan of him in his recent years and matches. I became
more of a fan of Bill Goldberg, not Goldberg the wrestler, but Bill Goldberg.
Yes.
Now that I understand him more.
Yes, that is a great point. And honestly, that match with Bobby Lashley as well, I'm like, hey, I can still hang. And again, look at what shape he's in, and hearing that he'd be willing to come back for another match, that sounds tremendous. Maybe it might be what is the one in Scotland? Like
the
Castle.
Clash at the Castle. Yeah.
Perhaps, or if next time they go back to the Middle
East. Maybe him
and
Sheamus.
That would be a good one.
Doing a European tie-in there.
I like that one.
The Brawling Brutes kind of run around ringside, all taking spears.
Mm-hmm.
Book it. There you go. Book it.
Book it.
All right. So let's talk about Raw from last night. Raw was a unique show. It just had a weird vibe all night. Not a bad vibe, not a good vibe, just a weird vibe. Because when was the last time that we opened up with a silhouette and in the center of the ring? Oh, wait, is it Vince? No, it's Titus ONeil. Hi, Titus. How you doing, buddy? Are you going to tell me that you're retiring or that you're taking? Nope. Just all right. We're going to have fun. What was the point of the? I mean, you get the home crowd pop. The home crowd pop. That's what he was getting there. But other than that, what kind of business did he do?
Later on, I did see footage of a big charity event he was recently a part of. But
yeah,
just reading a couple comments in the interwebs of is this not necessarily a cover up, but just something to distract you from some stuff we've been hearing about Vince McMahon.
That's exactly what that is. And that's my whole point. Like I said, it was eerie. Is he out there to talk about good? Basically, he's saying, ignore what you see from the man behind the curtain. That's literally what we got the Wizard of Oz treatment there. Ignore the man behind the curtain. I'm Titus ONeil. Nothing wrong with it. Titus is a company man doing a company job. But that's literally how that felt.
Yeah, should be interesting if he opens up any others. I don't think so, but
maybe. Who knows? I like Titus.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was wondering, one thing that crossed my mind was the whole TV 14 or anything. I don't know if we've got a.
That was PG.
Yeah, it totally was. And later I did see the PG stamp in the corner of the screen, but I didn't know if that was going to be leading up to that, just like at first. But
maybe.
No, I think it was just something of the good faith of trying to spin on or draw more of a positive light into the WWE world right now.
Yeah. All right. So let's go past Titus ONeil and let's talk about Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Let me ask, what has Becky Lynch truly done to earn the title shot at SummerSlam?
I know she recently got that match to get into Money in the Bank, but, well, I'm going to take the words from her man. She's Becky freaking Lynch. Quite her accolades, what she's done. And I know this was we've gotten this huge spotlight on the two of them and their history from the past year, what had happened at SummerSlam last year on her return.
26 seconds.
Yes, but I guess why is she earned this? Because she never did lose the title in a loss, that is. So she's finally getting her shot again against a rival that has become a big one in just the past year, and makes sense for them to try to. It
makes sense for this match. Like the match makes sense, but explain to me how she earned the match. That's what I'm looking for.
She's Becky freaking Lynch.
Right. Just like I tell people around, when they ask, Meathead, how did you get away with doing that? I'm like, hi, I'm Meathead. How you doing? I just do what I do. I do Meathead things. That's what I do. So, yeah, I understand the philosophy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I completely just do what I do. The match that we got to open up the show was Carmella versus Bianca Belair. And there was also a stipulation in this match that it said if Bianca Belair was counted out, the title would change hands. However, the winner of the match, Bianca Belair, defeating Carmella versus pinfall. Thoughts on the match?
I thought maybe there was a possibility this could have been a triple threat match some point earlier or the weeks leading up, just because of the recent match with Carmella at Money in the Bank. But no, I think this was just a nice segue to get into. I mean, we already got a big package. Hey-oh.
Wait, the Miz is in the main event. We'll talk about packages later.
A big package on Bianca and Becky and their rivalry later on in the episode. So I think this is a good way to get them a little bit closer to this big match, the rematch at SummerSlam between the two of them.
Hey, look who returned. It's KO. All right. Kevin Owens has been gone for a few weeks. And he really played off I've been gone because I made myself so sick over this Ezekiel Elias Elrod nonsense that I had to take some time off and get in a better headspace. Introduces his guest on the KO show. It's Riddle. And he says, dude, I know Randy's hurt instead of RK Bro, but how about Bro KO? Ooh. Well, it's not going to happen. Riddle calls Owens the biggest liar he knows. Your thoughts on the interaction, obviously, between Riddle and KO?
Well, it was interesting that KO was saying the things about Randy Orton.
Right, he's the biggest snake, which,
Mm-hmm.
he's the Viper, so obviously he's a snake.
Yeah, but no, that was great to have Kevin Owens back. Still in disgust about and confusion about the whole Ezekiel.
He goes, here's the one in the night. He goes, I wish them the best. No, I don't wish them the best. I hope they drown. Oh, Kevin.
Well, we still need that payoff between Kevin Owens and
Elrod.
Yeah.
No, we need the payoff between Elrod. We need to see Elrod is what we need to see.
Well, with them being in Nashville for SummerSlam, I think we got to get an appearance by Elias. Come on.
Bring, ladies and gentlemen, Elias. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we'll get footage of him playing guitar down
at some club. Yeah, Tootsie's. Yeah, he'll be down at Tootsie's. Rollins burned it down, played twice. The first time, nothing, but the second time, Rollins attacks Riddle and stomped him. So backstage, Judgment Day's Damian Priest and Finn Balor were looking stronger. But I think, sadly, they're only looking stronger because they're making them stronger for a returning Edge.
I think this is good, though. There's been a lot put in a Judgment Day. One thing I did notice is now, obviously without Edge there, but hearing the beginning of that Ultra Bridge song without Edge saying, "You think you know me? You never did," or I missed that part. But
the song still sounds good.
Oh, so good. But I am glad because I do like Judgment Day. I like Damian Priest. I love Finn Balor. It was unfortunate that Rhea Ripley, is out for I don't know how long, but the timing.
Hurry back, Rhea.
Yes, I don't know how that if what we saw with Edge would have played out had we known someone else, meaning Rhea, would be gone because there was just that swing, that momentum that was just about to, I feel take off for the Judgment Days, and they were already a huge faction. I know, there wasn't Edge anymore, but there was something there with their new leader, and that's kind of been halted a bit. Let's bring it back right now, which is what we're getting, which is what we're seeing, and we are getting more of those spooky vignettes. That positive with Edge, but
yeah, the vignette this time definitely was showing a Mick Foley flannel burning as well, and an RKO t-shirt,
and the Cena shirt or hat.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, hypothetical. Is there any chance that Edge comes back and is welcomed back into the Judgment Day, and he says you've passed your final test for attacking me?
Book it.
Book it.
Oh, I didn't think that, but I would like that just because, again, I was becoming a huge fan of Judgment Day, having their leader back, especially if Rhea is still going to be out for a while. Feel they need a little extra something right now, get them back to the level they were when they had Edge as their leader.
Well, and the reason that it's continually talked about that it's Edge coming back and Edge going to be a face and whatever is because of the lack of Cody Rhodes. They need a number one star in there. Cody Rhodes, in a recent interview over the weekend, said that his doctors have a timeline and they won't give it to him because then they know that Cody will try to beat their timeline.
Yeah.
So if they tell Cody the timeline is WrestleMania, that you'll be fully ready to go, he'll try to be back at Royal Rumble. I think Cody would be ready for the Rumble, if not sooner. And I think Cody's rushing to get back because he knows that the iron is still hot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why it segues back to, do they need Edge to be still a face? Can they use him as a heel right away?
Maybe a returning face right now, and once it's close to Cody's return, let's have him back in Judgment Day and doing what you just said, that we pass the test.
Yep. All right. Damian Priest defeats Rey Mysterio via pinfall, and the Judgment Day tries to get Dominic to join. And Dominic says, okay, fine, I'll join the Judgment Day. They go, nah, you know what? We know why you're judging. Just trying to save your father, and beat his ass too. And they even said it in the backstage promo. I thought it was very well played.
Yeah. I like where this is going, is with Ray's 20-year WWE anniversary next week as well. I think we'll get something.
Should we get Edge back next week?
We got to save that for SummerSlam. If I mean, that might not even be him in the vignettes. Who knows? But I think if Edge is going to make a return,
well, it's either him or Brooklyn Brawler. So I mean, it's one or the other.
Like or at Madison Square Garden, there's a good chance we'll have the Brooklyn and Brawler there.
Or Matthew Thomas. I mean, we never know.
Yes.
All right, Ezekiel and Seth Rollins. Zeke the Freak. Get Zeke with it. All that stuff. Still good. Still close to winning, but he's not beating Seth Rollins yet via pinfall.
Yeah, just something to keep. I mean, not like Seth needs to be kept stronger, but with that announcement literally right before Raw of Seth and Riddle's match and what he did to Riddle.
SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that match. I think they're going to tear they might even burn it down. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I found it. You're welcome. I mean, thank you. There's no stipulations for this one. I know we have last man standing, but with the recent announcements of other matches, I like that they are the way they are. Just keeping it just a regular match.
Singles one-on-one match.
Yeah.
Omos with MVP took on Angelo Dawkins with Montez Ford, which got flipped around due to Scrap Daddy because Angelo Dawkins defeated Omos via disqualification. The Usos getting involved. They shoved Street Profits against Omos and MVP and tell MVP that he has to compete in his $4,000 suit or whatever. And he even did a ballin' in the suit, but at the end of the day, Street Profits defeat Omos and MVP via disqualification again due to interference from the Usos.
Just more either faulty ref calls and disqualifications, interference. Yep. We will finally get. Well, I hope it's a clean finish at. I was gonna say maybe. Well,
it's Slapnuts is the referee, so we'll have to see.
I did hear Slapnuts being said, but no, we got yeah. I hope Double J does call it fair and square. I feel. I know Street Profits will be champions again, but with this,
I don't know if it's happening
right now. But we're going to get another great match between both teams.
Normally, we don't take time to discuss backstage interviews and whatever, but we're going to stop right here and we're going to discuss it. Sarah Schreiber is about to do an interview with Veer Mahaan, who glares at the camera, stares, shouts "boo," and chuckles and walks off. What the hell is that?
I feel.
Is he going to be dancing with Shanky next?
I know. I feel things could have gone further with his dominance when he did make his debut on Raw. There was a long wait for that, and putting
Veer
everybody
is coming. Send Veer.
Yeah. I mean, at least we know he's done some interviews that he's. I'm just thinking where we can go with this. With him just speaking more, but are we gonna make him funny? Haha. No, I want to see that down.
That's WWE's MO right there. Is if we can't make him a dominating, intimidating guy, then he's a clown show. That's what they do.
Maybe he's just really looking forward to Halloween Havoc in NXT.
Oh God.
The boo joke,
All right. A very long segment coming up. Theory makes his entrance, and he's going to face AJ Styles next. But first, they go to a commercial break, and then they come back. Theory's winning in the ring with the microphone. He says this year's SummerSlam is going to be the biggest of all time because he's winning back the U.S. Championship, and he's going to beat down either Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar. This was the equivalent, and I like this better. This was the equivalent of doing backstage segments, going to commercial backstage segments, ring intro backstage segments. That was all done in the ring this time. The AJ Styles Theory stuff in the ring went on forever.
It's a 3-hour show.
Right.
No.
But I'm okay with it. This was a little bit different. And then
Yeah.
here's Dolph Ziggler to kind of sit outside ringside during the Theory Styles match.
Yeah, I think some of this just has to do with who we're using here to extend into the next segment and whatnot. I think Theory is definitely one. I think Corey Graves has said the one with all the momentum right now. I'm definitely into him. I like where we're going, where we.
You know what? It was a sink or swim situation for Theory, and I think he's still swimming.
Yeah, yeah. Even having him and AJ Styles, they've had some of their disputes as of late, and who doesn't want to see an AJ Styles match? And he's also funny too, and I think him and Theory on the mic one-on-one is something entertaining.
If you want me one more time.
Yes.
Yeah, Theory was getting pissed, but he was playing good heel. I'm telling you, I think he did a great job. The match was what it was, right? It was a great match between AJ Styles and Theory, and the winner of the match is AJ Styles via countout because Dolph Ziggler, who's sitting ringside, saw Theory kind of mumbling around. He popped him with a super kick, and he missed the 10 count. So AJ Styles wins via countout. This was perfect.
Yeah, but just still interesting. And I guess that is what's enticing me more about Theory as well. Is, I mean, a little confused on the whole Dolph situation when Theory.
I'm not actually. Let me point this out. So Theory said something to the crowd before AJ Styles came out and says, "You know what? Styles don't like me. Roman Reigns don't like me. Brock Lesnar don't like me. The whole locker room don't like me. You jabronis don't like me." AJ Styles came out and referenced it. You know what? Us guys in the back, we don't like you because you're just a douchebag. I think that Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles are representing a locker room of veterans saying that this kid's a douchebag.
Yeah. So this is where reality's coming into play.
They're treating him like they treated the Miz back in the day. I mean, Theory's not dressing outside, eating, fried chicken over somebody's gym bag, but they're treating him like that. They're going to make him earn his spot.
Well, I was going to say what we're seeing on screen here is something interesting where you have Theory with this whole thing brewing with Dolph Ziggler. You got Theory facing Bobby Lashley. You got him talking about cashing in his briefcase against Roman or Brock. Just a lot of variables, but it's definitely keeping me interested and keeping everyone what's the word? Not intrigued? On the edge of our seats, but yeah, intrigued and just more into it. So
okay,
I'm so lucky with the whole Dolph thing, but if like what you said, that does make sense as well.
Okay, let's talk about a commercial break coming back. Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and 24/7 champion Dana Brooke versus Doudrop, Nikki, ASH, and Tamina. I don't like what they've done to these 6 women because what they did was the second this came out, I'm like, oh, they're shoving them all in one segment. And you can see that Raw is not booked like it was in the 90s and the 2000s where, your bigger matches start making their way up to the top where the main event is must-see TV. Their main events are at the top of the 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central hour. The stuff that goes on at the end isn't as important. And this was, unfortunately, what used to be referred to as the job match or the opening match or the curtain jerker match, whatever. And they just shoved all the girls out there. Now, I was entertained by it, right? The actual 6-woman tag match got interrupted by the 24/7 championship, and Mike Rowe continually saying, "Your winner and new 24/7 champion, Nikki A. Dana." See, that was funny to me.
Akira.
Yeah, Akira. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I did also just found it interesting, and since Alexa Bliss's return, now she's. I'm not saying she's part of the 24/7
she's a former 24/7 champion.
Yes, but they didn't have Asuka, going in for that as well. But I don't know. I'm just finding it interesting, and as well as for the second week in a row, I'm watching Asuka and Alexa celebrating after their tag match, and I'm just waiting. Like, Alexa's gonna hit her, or kick her, attack her, or something. Which, if the dark character making their return is the Fiend, let's get Alexa and Fiend back together. I think that would be, as you say, banana.
Banana, yeah, that's from Pat Patterson talking about Gorilla Monsoon. The place go banana. The main event segment. Now, this was a little bit more main event segment than they had been doing at the end of the show lately. This is the Miz and MSTV bringing out his little buddy, Logan Paul. Logan Paul will get better on the microphone. Remember, he's a contracted WWE talent now. It's not just a celebrity appearance. He signed a multi-year deal with WWE. Here's the thing, though. He's got to learn not to scream into the microphone. He looked intense, but it'll take practice. So I thought he did pretty good for really getting the microphone to himself for a little bit last night.
Yeah, I actually thought so as well. I figured this match was finally going to be made official, which is what we saw.
Miz accepted, even though he's got tiny blueberries. So.
Yeah, so by having him say that as well and having the crowd chanting along, that gave him a little more of the.
How about that T-shirt?
Face rub. Oh, the massive balls.
Yeah, I have. Hello, my name is Miz. I have massive balls. Rocking an old T-shirt with a new saying on it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. But interesting way to end Raw. But I know last couple of weeks have been, as you just mentioned, just a little bit reversed from WWE in the past. But hey, I wasn't sure if we were going to get a pose down and more baby oil squirted just because it looks like that budget.
Yeah, the baby oil budget got blown. I mean, that's for Q2. So we'll see if there's any more baby oil in Q3.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to budget your money out for the 4 quarters of the year. So.
Right.
We could always have like Ted Nugent singing Wang Dang Sweet Poontang while they're squirting each other with baby oil. That's the kind of segment we want on TV. It's the TV 14. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was saying, Ted Nugent's in town this week. I'm just saying. Waukesha County Fair.
Love me some Ted Nugent. I don't want to hear him talk politics as much, but let's hear some music. Let's hear the Motor City Madman play the guitar.
Well, here's the segue to that. What did Titus ONeil say? This is a place for fun, goodwill. No talk about politics or
any divisive topics. So that sounded, like I said, to me like it was a TV show reset, is what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, but hey, it was something different, and it got the crowd going. I feel it really made you appreciate what WWE does deliver to make us smile and entertain. So I liked it.
Awesome. All right. Well, Linda K, that has been our time. Tomorrow morning, you and the Mots, MOTS, the current reigning and defending PWR Draft champion for 2021/22, Matthew Thomas. Plus, Linda, saying week we will be opening up the PWR Draft free agency pickups again. And we will start. Yeah, we will start by, saying that the drops are open, pickups are open. We got SummerSlam coming up next week, Saturday. So we'll have all that and more with Linda K, Matthew Thomas, and I'm the man they call Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.